Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a video for the water signs, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to cleanse my space. Here we go. Okay, so this will be for the water signs. There's definitely a shift. Definitely a shift. Definitely a transformation, definitely a almost like the calm before the storm, but I want to say the calm after the storm. I don't know what that's about. So water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. Something could be leaving, or a situation could be ending. There could have been a lot of like greed and jealousy, maybe in an environment like around someone. With slowing down here, this is somebody like walking away from it, choosing to walk away, choosing to move towards something that is better. There's a little bit of anxiety here, so be aware of that. If you're feeling it, if you're unsure, whatever it might be, I'm feeling a little bit of that anxiousness. You have ripeness, which means that the timing for something is here. Ripeness is like bearing the fruit. It's like something had its season, it had to grow, it had to develop through some type of cycle. So you have abundance, consciousness, and morality. Water signs, what is going on with you guys right now? Like, what is this? Is this somebody that you're dealing with that kind of had maybe a negative, not so much negative, but maybe like more heavy energy? Because with the miser and abundance, this is like greed to me. Slowing down consciousness, this is going within. Somebody not liking or not like approving of something. Not willing to share, not willing to open up, not willing to give to a situation. Kind of like only in it for what they can get out of it. But see, with this energy in the middle here with slowing down, this is someone like going within, listening to their intuition on something. Morality being here with ripeness, this is like a judgment call. There's an energy here that like does not like sharing or does not like giving. Take. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, I'm just glad that this energy is like moving away. Or like getting out of the energy space here. I feel like you're gonna make a decision on something. You feel called to something. You feel like a call of action to something. It's like the time is now. The fruit is now. Like the season's here for something. There's also an energy where maybe someone could be around you and it's like they're not listening to their intuition, they're not slowing down, they're not willing to compromise, they're not willing to, I don't know, they're not willing to give, to share. Because here you have fruit and then here you have jewels. So I feel like there's almost like material versus like, it's almost like there's something here that's emotional, but then somebody's not being emotional. They're more about material. They're more about what they can get. I really expected this to be like a more positive read, so this is only going to resonate with like a couple people or like a select group. You know what I mean? Because this is a very specific message. So I don't expect this to resonate with everyone. Maybe it's something that's around you. Maybe it's not directly engaged with you, but maybe it's just kind of like a theme that's around you. Moment to moment. This is somebody like breaking free of something. Like somebody's walking away from a situation that maybe was surrounded by a lot of, I don't want to say like ill intent, but self-servicing, self-seeking behavior. And somebody's making some type of a decision to like walk away from something, to not hold back anymore, to free themselves, to go after the fruits of their labor. It's a judgment call. This could also all be within one person. Like this could be somebody going through a transformation where maybe in the past one was very focused on money or material wealth, or like, you know, what they had, and then they went through a personal transformation and chose to go within and kind of cultivate this energy into a more free, loving, giving, generous, embracive energy. And this is source, so this is like guided in some way. So let's pull other cards and see what we can get. I feel like somebody's like really letting go of a situation, or letting go of like some type of like expectation towards something, maybe with values, you know. Maybe in the past somebody had very strong values and it kept them from making some type of choice that they needed to make, you know. So you could have something from the past coming back around. It flew out in reverse. You could be revisiting something. It's like no longer letting the past hold you back with the Eight of Swords. Something from the past, if it comes back, don't let it hold you back. Literally. Four of Pence. It's holding something back. It's holding on to something. It's not willing to let something move forward. But with this coming out in reverse, this could be like seeing something differently. Not wanting to let something go, but at the same time knowing you have to. Not wanting to revisit something, but knowing that you have to. This is also like a balancing in the mind, in the headspace. Because this is like not wanting to move forward because you're holding yourself back or someone's holding themselves back. This is self-restrictive, self-induced. This is not wanting to share, not wanting to give, not wanting to open up. And it could be connected to something to the past, or in the past. But something could be coming back around for some type of closure. Because time, it looks like time has been invested in a situation. But it didn't pay off with the Seven of Pence. It's like it's still waiting, still lingering, still procrastinating, still sitting. And here you have an energy that's like waiting, and then you have an energy that's like holding back. With the Nine of Cups, it's like at some point in time there was some sort of like a wish fulfillment, or there was some sort of like excitement, of like emotional contentment, but this can also be greed. You see what I mean? Like this can be like self-serving behavior, selfish behavior, greed, overindulgence. So on the flip side of that, it's like you have two energies here that literally are sitting in the same position. It's like one's not wanting to give and the other's not wanting to give. Somebody was very comfortable being like independent, being single, being in their own energy. Even though that this isn't the Nine of Pence. The Nine of Cups is somebody who likes to party, who likes to go out, who likes to socialize, who likes to have a good time, who likes to indulge. This person can be very, like, selfish with kind of, like, you know, like, this could be somebody who likes to party. This could be somebody who, like, you know, really likes to have a good time on their terms. See what I mean? This Queen of Pentacles is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Because this is someone very grounded and very nurturing. Very focused. So, let me see. The Star. So there's definitely healing work that's taking place. The Star doesn't come out unless something's, like, being healed, you know? Five of Cups, this is like a loss, a mourning. Feeling left out. Crying over what didn't work. But there's two cups that are there, so there's obviously some form of a connection, but somebody's not looking at it in the moment because they're focused on the past. So somebody's definitely healing the past. But you have this Knight of Cups, so this is like wanting to reach out, wanting to make an offer, wanting to send a message. But it's a Knight of Cups, so it's something that's small, it's a gesture. So you might not see something coming, because it's like all of a sudden this person turns around. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who wants to have a conversation or wants to clearly talk about something or discuss something or give some type of a truth. This is somebody who's very direct in their communication, tends to be a little bit dry, but this is also somebody who can also be in their head a lot. But with the Knight of Cups here, it's like this person wants to make an offer or come in with something, but there was something with the past. You have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So this feminine energy could have turned their back because their back is turned to this King of Swords. But with this Knight of Swords, there could be a little bit of like a tough, like harsh communication between you and another person. The feminine energy could be the person who turned their back, who might have that sharp communication or just very dry communication, because you might not want to hear what this person has to say, or you might not want to revisit whatever it is that they want to talk about. You do have the King and the Queen of Swords, so you have like a match here, like counterpart situation. So obviously you guys are, I would think that you would know this person, especially with the Six of Cups. But it looks like the Queen of Swords has already turned their back and might not be that receptive to like how this person's coming in. But with the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups, it's like this person's going to try to come in like more gentle, more subtle, a little bit softer. But I don't think that this Queen of Swords is like having it. Like, not at all. You could be focused on like building a wish fulfillment. You could be guided in that other direction. You could have been dealing with somebody who in the past was very focused on the past, held themselves back, didn't want to open up, didn't want to make any type of offer, focused on something that maybe didn't work out. But they're coming in very gentle, they're coming in very soft with the Knight of Cups here. But again, I don't think this Queen of Swords is having it, especially with the Knight of Swords. But it's a judgment call. So, your advice is the Hermit and the Four of Cups. And I feel like that is a time period to reflect on something, because it looks like there was an offer that was given, or there was something that was put out there and it wasn't received, it wasn't taken, it wasn't appreciated, it wasn't focused on, it wasn't made priority. And with the Hermit, this is like going within and like really looking at something and like reflecting on it. when you go into like the hermit mode, you usually come out with a totally different perspective because you heal something. Like the hermit goes in to heal. This is deep. So somebody's like really reflecting on something, or like how something went down, or like how they didn't participate when they were given something, or how something was right in front of them and they didn't take it. Because again, they were focused on something else like that was right in front of them, but it just didn't work out. And whatever it was that like didn't work out for them, that's what they were focused on. And they kept harping over in the past. And they didn't even see what was like being offered to them. And so I feel like there's a period of reflection that is taking place. And so your advice is to also reflect. Like how did this make you feel? How did you grow from the situation? What did you learn from the situation? What are your feelings towards it? Like if something comes up for you, like identify it and be like, okay, why is this triggering me? Or like, why is this making me feel some type of way? Or, you know, why does this bring up old emotions? Because I feel like there's a reason for something to be revisited so that something can move forward. Even if it's just like an energy that just needs to be like released. So I guess that's kind of like, there's something that's very freeing about this. I'm not sure how that's going to play into this, but there's something that's freeing, whether it's just somebody getting something off their chest, or somebody like just finally like walking away from somebody, or even choosing to reflect on it with the hermit and like thinking about, you know, how this made you feel. Because with the Four of Cups, this is like feeling left out, feeling ignored, feeling, you know, like how did this make you feel? So I don't know, I feel like there's a healing that's attached to this. So maybe just be aware of like, if you do receive communication from somebody or whatever it might be, with this King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, it looks like the Queen of Swords energy has already turned their back or focused on something else. But you might not see this coming. But just, you know, the conversation might be significant. However that might play in for you. So we have the Four of Wands. It actually came out reversed. So this is definitely like, it's almost like there's a history between like two people, and maybe in the past there is some sort of like foundation that was made. But again, with this Four of Wands in reverse coming out, I mean, take that as you will. That's not necessarily like a stable beginning. I feel like this could be the beginning of something new on a positive side, but I don't think it has like a foundation right now. So somebody might be coming in to maybe try to fix that, or maybe try to like communicate how they feel about that. It doesn't mean that it can't go in a positive direction. It's just something to be aware of, where things might have, like, there might have been like a total ending to a situation. And so whatever that, somebody felt very ignored and very left out. I don't know. I think somebody's gonna realize that like this might be for closure more so. But again, it's use your judgment. Use your judgment in the situation, because you're coming in as the Queen and the King of Swords. So be logical, be decisive, be upfront. I don't see like there's any problem being that way. It just looks like this Queen of Swords doesn't really want to hear what this King of Swords has to say, but this King of Swords is coming in with the Knight of Cups, so they're coming in a little bit softer, a little bit more gentle. But your advice is the Hermit with the Four of Cups, so take some time and reflect on like your feelings and, you know, kind of like whatever went down with this situation, and use your best judgment when it comes to it. Because even with the Four of Wands in reverse, like that tells me like use your best judgment when it comes to whatever foundation, whatever building process this was. Like, is this something that you want to take action towards? Is this something that's fixable? Is it not? Is it better just to move forward? Is this better for closure? Is this moving away from a situation that was no longer serving you? Whatever it might be. So I hope that these messages helped. I wish you guys the best, and I will talk to you guys soon.